Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily if you're new here. So in today's video I'm going to go through all of the books that I want to read in May, and I'm a bit of a mood reader, so I don't know if this is actually going to happen because I've never done a video like this before, but I am hoping that I do get all of these books read during the month of May. So I have 6 physical books here that I'm going to go through, and then I think I have a couple on my Kindle that I'm hoping to read as well. But I'm going to go through these books first. A lot of these books are so long overdue of me reading. You might be surprised that I haven't read some of these already, but I'm just going to go through them. Before I get started, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you do enjoy this video, and leave a comment on your thoughts of any of the books that I mentioned in this video as well. So I'm just going to get started. So the first book that I'm hoping to read during May is Archer's Voice. This is so long overdue. I feel like everyone read this like over a year ago. And then there's me that has not ever read this, and I'm kind of scared because apparently it's sad, and to be honest I don't actually have any idea what it's about, so I'm kind of just going into it blind. I have seen a lot of like reviews on this book, but I feel like no one ever actually talks about what the book is about, so I'm completely going into this one blind. I might annotate this one as well. But yeah, I'm kind of scared to read this because I'm scared that the hype isn't going to live up to what I expect. That's why I've put it off for so long. The next book I want to read in May is Caraval. I don't know how to say it, but I read Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After during April. I'll talk about them in my wrap up, but I did not read the Caraval series first, but now I'm going to go back to it because I absolutely loved those books and I loved the universe. I'm not really a fantasy type of person, that's why I've never really gone into fantasy books, but when I heard Once Upon a Broken Heart was like a fairy tale, I went into it and then I loved it, so that's why I've gone back to this book. And I probably should have read this first, but yeah, I'm really excited to continue like my journey into this world because I think there's 3 books in the Caraval series as well. And then the third book I want to read during May is Addicted for Now. So I read Addicted to You in a reading vlog. It's the first time I've ever read it, and I read that and Ricochet. So I'm up to the 3rd book in the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series now, and obviously this is going to be easy for me to get to. It's not like I have to motivate myself because I absolutely love Lily and Lo and I want to continue their story, so I'm really excited for this one. Okay, the next book I want to read is Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is like probably the most overdue. I feel like people read this like almost 2 years ago now, and I'm just scared that it's not going to live up to the hype. And apparently like when they like talk in the book, there's no talking marks, and I just know that's going to annoy me. But I know people who absolutely love this book on YouTube, that's why I really want to read it. So yeah, I actually have no idea what this is about. This is completely me going into it blind as well. I feel like if you're watching this, you've probably read this book, and I feel like I'm the only one that has not read this book. I just feel like I'm not gonna like it, but we'll see. The next book I want to read in May is King of Wrath or Wrath. I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but on Google I can't find how to say it. There's just so many different ways to say it, so I'm just gonna say Wrath. So I absolutely loved the Twisted series so much. I think I read them like mid last year, so it's been a while since I finished them. I don't know what has taken me so long to get to this book. The 2nd or 3rd book to this series just came out and I haven't even read the first one, so that's shameful on my part, but I do really need to read this. I know the characters in this book are mentioned in the Twisted series, and I love how the Twisted series all intertwine together, and then they're intertwining this series in with it as well. So yeah, I don't know what this is really about either, but I just know with Anna Huang, like I'm gonna love the books regardless because her books are all amazing. The last physical book I have is Magnolia Parks. This is probably the book that I'm most scared to read. First of all, it is really big. How many pages? It's like 400 pages, which isn't that bad, but it just looks really big as well, if you can tell. I'm really scared to go into this because there's so many people that love this book, like, and love the whole series with everything. But I'm honestly just scared that it's not gonna like I'm not gonna be impressed by it. But I am gonna say I absolutely love the cover of this, and I love the covers of the other books as well. So I'm hoping to love this book just so I can buy the other books and have the other covers in my library because they're all so pretty and I love all of them. But yeah, I am very excited to join the Magnolia Parks world as well, but I am very scared, so we'll see if I get to this as well. So that is 6 books so far, and then I have a couple on my Kindle that I want to read as well that I just don't really have the money to buy the physical copies of, so I've just got them on Kindle Unlimited instead. Also, I've been loving reading on my Kindle lately. Like, I've always loved it, but lately I've just been reading so much on there. Like, it's actually insane how much I've been reading on there. So the next book I want to read on my Kindle is Indigo Ridge in the Eden series. So I've heard so much about this series lately. I haven't really, like, I don't really remember what it's actually about, but I've just heard such amazing things about it, so I do really want to get into it. But yeah, I don't have any idea what it's about, so I'm going into that one blind as well. I feel like that's me with a lot of these books, because if I hear too much about them, I'll probably change my mind, so I just kind of would rather go into them blind and have no idea. And then the next book I'm hoping to read, which I don't actually have on my Kindle, but I'm probably going to buy the physical copy, is Binding 13. I've heard Steph Boher, or Boher, I actually don't know how to say her surname, but everyone knows who she is. I've heard her rave about Binding 13 and that whole series recently, and I really want to get into that book as well. I know it is a really thick one, so it might not happen this month, but if I do buy the physical copy, I am going to read it. But I don't want to read it on my Kindle, so I want to buy the copy before I read that one. And it turns out it was only one book on my Kindle that I wanted to read, but the other book that I want to read is Things We Never Got Over. So I actually was reading this last year at some point, and I DNF'd it halfway through because I got really bored. But now the second book's out, and I've brought the second book as well, and I just really want to finish this book and go on to the second book because everyone raves about it, and like, I've annotated so much in this book. See, I don't even know why I DNF'd it, to be honest. Like, it was a really good book. I just feel like I was in a massive reading slump when I read it, so I just wasn't in the mood to read it. But I'm probably not going to tab the rest of it, just because when I annotate, it has to be like when I really enjoy the book. But I feel like if I annotate this, it's just going to put me in more of a slump to finish it. But yeah, I do really want to finish this in May as well, and then maybe I'll end up reading the second book as well, which is Things We Hide from the Light, which is here. They're just such pretty covers as well. But yeah, I'm not going to include this in the actual books I want to read, but it could end up happening if I finish this book. So that was 8 books altogether. I feel like that's really achievable actually, so I'm really happy with that. Also, something that really annoys me is I brought this book on Amazon before it was really available in Australia, and it's like really stiff, but then this one like is so flimsy, so like this one's just hard to read, but there's not much I can really do about that. But yeah, that wraps up the video. So that is the 8 books that I'm hoping to read during May. I'll also have a reading wrap up for April going up next weekend, so I haven't filmed it yet because it's still April as I'm filming this. But yeah, I am going to film that and post that by next weekend as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. As I said earlier, don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you do want to see more content like this. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.